competitively pitching their movie ideas to Hollywood producers. The winning team would receive enough funding for their proposed project. They were down to the last round, and Carloalberto and his partner, a screenwriter named Helen Hall, were among the 3 teams left. Marlene had never heard of them. Her Miami bakery, La Vaqueria Cubana, kept her too busy to watch much TV. But Sarita hadn't stopped talking about Carloalberto since she'd arrived in Miami. She'd even showed Marlene headshots of him that she, for some reason, had on her phone, so her aunt couldn't quite ignore his presence. He was tanned and tall, in his early 20s with gym rat muscles, a chiseled jaw, and what Sarita described as a kissable mouth. And here he was, a few feet from Marlene. She looked for her niece, but the girl wasn't around, so she allowed herself time to admire the man, just for fun, of course. He was far too young to take seriously, and Marlene hadn't yet recovered from her last love affair, which had ended quite poorly, though she supposed it could have been much worse. Still, she could admit that Carloalberto was a handsome specimen, although there was something alarmingly familiar about him. What was it? He was talking to an older blonde man in a Hawaiian shirt. After exchanging a few words, the two of them walked behind the pool bar where a frazzled bartender chain-served mojitos and daiquiris. They seemed to want to hide from the fray. Marlene watched their mouths. In her time on the Cuban police force, she had learned to read lips. It helped that their conversation was in Spanish. "I don't have it yet," Carloalberto said, his well-defined jaw shaking. "You'll have to wait until the show is over." "How do we know you're going to win?" the other replied. "There's no guarantee those Hollywood pendejos don't get rid of you tomorrow." "They won't, I promise. As a finalist, I practically have that money secured." "Practically won't cut it." "Please, be patient. I've always come through before, haven't I?" "Yes, but now you're late. I'm not a patient man." "Look, I had a source of income that's no longer available. But I have money coming my way. Please, just give me a month." The man eyed him carefully. "You get a week," he said through clenched teeth. "1. If you don't come up with something by the time the cruise ends, you're in trouble. Got it?" Carloalberto nodded. His perfect tan looked slightly paler. Mr. Hawaiian Shirt left. Carloalberto stayed motionless, staring at the Miami lights shimmering along the coastline as the boat sailed out to sea. Marlene had been so focused on the exchange that she didn't realize Sarita was there until the girl grabbed her arm. "Did you see him, Tia?" She pointed to Carloalberto. "That's the one I've been telling you about. Isn't he the most beautiful papichuli in the world? I can't believe we're going to spend a whole week on the same boat as him. Do you think he'll notice me?" "I hope not, mijita." Sarita whipped out her smartphone, which had a pink case covered in glitter. She punched in a number and started talking a mile a minute. It surprised Marlene. Her niece seldom used her phone to make calls, only to text and send WhatsApp messages. Shenanigans are brewing, thought Marlene. Chapter 2. Sundown at Sea. The ship was traveling at around 20 knots, or 23 miles per hour, the cruise channel informed passengers. The Miami coastline was no longer visible. The casino and the onboard boutiques, which had been closed while in port, opened their doors and welcomed the herd of passengers that rushed to them right away. Marlene and Sarita's stateroom was located on deck 14, midship. The girl let out a happy cry when she saw it. "Oh, Tia, I didn't expect it to be so nice." The cabin had 2 sofa beds, a dresser, an armchair, and a spacious closet with enough room.